Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. This is Tracy Una Wagner with Versatile Inspirations and the Lightworkers and Earth Angels Academy and Study Hall. And this is your weekly energy foresight for August 22nd through the 28th, the last full week in August. For the month of August, we've been working with the Paulina Tarot deck, and that is by Paulina Cassidy. And for the week of August 22nd through the 28th, the card that came through is the Hermit. And the message from the Hermit is, phew, you've been working hard and handling the challenges being thrown at you like a champ. Now it's time to do some soul searching and a tad bit of cocooning. Use this week to go within and ask yourself what your soul truly desires. What are your hopes, dreams, and wishes? Are you still on the same path you were at the beginning of the year? 3 months ago? How about last week? Ask your higher self what you can do to recharge your batteries. How does downtime look to you now? What can you do to bring an oasis or a sanctuary into your space in order to feel rested, rejuvenated, with a touch of relaxation? We've been doing tons of work, tons of inner work, and then manifesting so that those desires, those hopes and dreams are manifested into our space, into our realm, so that we can see our true potential. Now is the time to go with the Hermit, to allow yourself time to recharge and rejuvenate. And as you do, you will more than likely be able to open up those parts of yourself that can tell you more about what you're needing at this time. Make sure to give yourself space to cocoon. It's almost as if we're in that winter time. We need to allow ourselves the opportunity for recharging our batteries, filling up, giving ourselves some self-care and self-love. We do that for others, especially if you're in a career or in a business of giving. When we do the giving, a lot of times we forget about ourselves and we can get run down. That means we get maybe a little anxious, a little bit more testy, and our ability to be mindful in situations where we need to be kind of loses focus. If you're an empath, you will find that during these times of just overwhelm or times when you haven't given yourself the space for going within, for solitude, for giving yourself some of that love that you're needing, you can find that you take on more and more and more people's stuff. You can find that you are more sensitive when you go out into public. Even if you're just walking your dog and you happen across people or you hear people in a house, you can take on their stuff so much more easily when you're not in a space of full batteries. When you're in a space of overwhelm or not being able to charge your batteries and give yourself the energy boost that you're needing, your energy field becomes a little weakened, and all those other things can penetrate it much more easily. So if you've been noticing this, feeling a little triggered, feeling a little overwhelmed, or just feeling a little off and not so grounded, give yourself the space as the Hermit. This week is all about that. Do some dreaming. Do some automatic writing. Allow yourself to just spend some time with self and see what things that can come through for you and for your highest and best good this week. All right, so for Midweek and Endweek, I decided to go with the Starseed Oracle deck, and that is by Rebecca Campbell, and the artwork is by Danielle Noel. For Midweek, and Midweek is Monday through Thursday, or the 22nd through the 25th. The card that came through is I'm sorry. And the message from the card I'm sorry is defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. So when we go within and we have the time and space to cocoon, to give ourselves some love and the sanctuary and oasis in which we need to recharge, things have a tendency to crop up, like the feelings of I'm sorry, the feelings of guilt, or having been wronged. Having that sense of defenselessness could crop in and offer a triggering effect as well. This is our opportunity to really work with that so that we can release it, so that we can uproot those feelings and let them go. They may not be part of you anymore, but they have put themselves in your subconscious for moments when we get triggered, so that we can feel less powerless. We can kind of feel like defenseless and defensiveness. So during this time when you're being able to cocoon and being able to work on self, just know these feelings may crop up. But it's a gorgeous, wonderful opportunity to work through that, to uproot those things and let them go once and for all. That doesn't mean it's not ever going to happen again. It just means that for whatever instance seems to be coming through, you can release that cord, uproot it, and send it into full transmutation, so that that moment that triggered you, that moment of that feeling of I'm sorry, can have its day and be let go. So it's no longer cropping up and triggering you at times when you need to handle things, when saying I'm sorry is needed. A lot of people say I'm sorry as a defense mechanism. They'll just say I'm sorry, and then they'll go about doing their own thing again. Being able to right a wrong and say I'm sorry needs to come from a sincere place. But if we're reacting due to something prior, it may not feel genuine when we say it. And for some people, it is that defense mechanism. So they just say it so that they can move on to the next thing. But when we take accountability for something that we may have done wrong or said wrong or sensed in a wrong manner, it requires us to step up and say we're sorry, to acknowledge our personal responsibility, and to let people know that we are sorry from the heart. But when we're triggered into feeling much more than that specific instance, because things have just gotten clogged up in there and we haven't gotten rid of it yet, then it's more difficult for us to be in that space because we feel bad, because we feel like we're being attacked almost. So this week is going to be a golden opportunity to allow ourselves to uproot those things and let them go once and for all when they come up and they start feeling triggering. That way, when you get put in a space of saying, I'm sorry, for real, then you're only dealing with that moment and not all those past moments of regret. So allow yourself this time. Uproot those things that need to be uprooted, and then you can hone in on what your goals, dreams, wishes, and desires truly are from a very pure standpoint. So that will be the first part of your week. All right, for Endweek, and Endweek is Thursday through Sunday, or the 25th through the 28th. The card that came through is Whale and Orca Elders. And the message from Whale and Orca Elders is share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. So interesting that this card is coming through, especially at the end of the week. After you possibly have worked with that whole triggering effect or feeling guilty, having those not so nice things crop up, when you give yourself the opportunity to just be, it happens, trust me. And it's a good thing because you can work on those things. Whale and Orca as elders are so wise, and they know that when you do this kind of work, especially going within and working on self and just being, you are raising your frequency. You're allowing those things that are keeping you down, sad, upset, feeling guilty and shame. When we release those things, naturally our frequency rises and we can become that person that we've wanted to become. When we've got all that gunk, it just weighs us down and doesn't allow us to float up and to be seen. Just like with the Hermit, when we allow ourselves the opportunity to cocoon, to go within and work on these things, we are allowing that lantern of light to go from dim to bright, as if that lantern had some dust and dirt and debris keeping the light from shining. That's exactly what we're doing. We're releasing that. We're cleaning our lenses. We're cleaning that window that we shine forth out into the world from. When we do, we're allowing our light to shine even more. This is when your light is shining as bright as it is, that you're called upon to share your message, to share your beauty and your light. When you've done the work, people are going to be naturally drawn to you because they can see. So share your song. Share that beautiful message that you have to share. And it doesn't mean you have to share it with the world, though you can, and you may be called to do so. But you can share it with those that see your light, that appreciate your light, that come calling, because you are ready to share your message, to share your gifts and talents. And Whale and Orca, being our elders, will help us to deliver that as well. Because our frequency rises, we are more in tune with our higher self, and as such, we will be able to share and deliver those things in the order in which they need to be received. So being very connected with your higher self is going to allow you the opportunity to share easily and effortlessly. And as Whale and Orca elders know, the action of diving deep, which we're doing at the beginning of the week, isn't done and complete. Sometimes when we are going through this process and we feel like we've gone through it, so we're on the other side, something else triggers us. Remember, you've got this lifetime and multiple lifetimes, future and multiple layers of even this time frame going on simultaneously. And we're given lots of opportunities to dive deep. And it sounds like this week we may be in for more than one instance of diving deep. So even though we did the deep dive with triggering effects, guilt, shame, the I'm sorry effect, we may find that other things crop up And that requires us to go cocooning again, being still and being with ourselves. And then we can dive deep once again. Always know that your spirit team, your spirit guides, your spirit animals, your totem animals are here for help. And as the end of this week is with the whale and orca elders, you have a lot of wisdom to help you in diving deep and resolving those things that need to be resolved once and for all. All right, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. For the next few weeks, I will be pre-recording these weekly energy foresights since I will be traveling and going to my dad's funeral. But you have the weekly foresight each week that will be uploaded on Monday to help you for your week ahead. You take care, and as always, I'm sending you much love, angel light, and tons of gratitude. Take care.